Yes, you can draw fire in just 7 steps. But before you make a drawing like this, you need to learn the basics. So, let's start with step 1. First, set up your canvas. Use the bucket tool to color the whole canvas quickly. Begin by coloring the whole canvas with black. Do not forget to pick the color black. Tap the canvas to color the whole canvas. We're done with step 1. Now let's move to the next step, which is drawing the basic fire shape. First, add a new layer. This is where we're going to draw the basic shape of the fire. But before we start, select the dip pen hard or any brush you prefer, except the airbrush. Choose red as the base color. As you start sketching the initial flame shape using red, keep the natural shape of fire in mind. Flames can look very different. Some are tall and graceful, while others are wild and spiky. But for now, let's focus on creating a simple stylized fire shape. Draw a teardrop-like shape and fill it in using the bucket tool. Then, use the eraser tool to refine and shape the flame. Feel free to adjust the size and curves until you get a visually appealing flame shape. To enhance its look, draw a letter C in different sizes on each side of the flame. Keep adjusting the shapes until you're happy with how it looks. Remember, there's no right or wrong way. It's all about what looks good to you. Take your time with this process. Drawing the flame shape can take a bit of patience and practice. Don't rush. Enjoy the creative process. It's all about experimenting and finding what works best for you. If you're not satisfied with the shape, you can use the liquify tool to adjust your flame until it looks just right. This tool makes it easy to refine or change your drawing without having to start over. It's perfect for fixing mistakes or making quick changes. If you're lazy like me, this tool is a lifesaver. But remember, this step is optional. I know it's too late to say this, but yeah, you can skip this part if you're satisfied with your drawing. Alright, I think it's looking much better now. Let's move to step 3, adding sparkles. To give your flames more depth and complexity, consider adding smaller chunks and sparkles. These little details can really capture the chaotic beauty of real flames. Feel free to draw the sparkles randomly, wherever you think they look best. Don't worry about making them perfect, just have fun with it. Now let's proceed to the next step. Step 4. Adding gradient. Add a new layer and set the blending mode to add. Clip this layer to the base color layer. Use the airbrush to create a nice gradient effect when we color the fire. Select the color orange. Color the half part of the base color to create a nice red and orange gradient. Now select the color yellow and color the bottom part of the base color. If you think it's okay, let's do the next step. The 5th step is drawing mini flames inside of flames. As usual, add a layer and set the blending mode to add. Select a lighter yellow. I'm using the dip pen hard to draw this mini flame. Try out different shapes of flame drawing to make it more interesting and detailed. Take your time experimenting with different flame patterns to give your artwork a unique touch. Add some smaller, more intricate flames within the larger flame to enhance the overall look. step 6, we're going to add a glow in the Add layer. And I will clip it here in the Mini Flames layer. Using the airbrush and the color white, color the bottom of the fire. We do this to make the lower part lighter and create a gradient. Let's add a different Add layer to glow the whole fire. Apply or color the fire with the airbrush and orange color to make it glowing. Next, go to the base layer. Pick the color red to color the top area of the fire. Tip: don't overdo the airbrush to have a clean glow art drawing, and also adjust the opacity and size of the airbrush to control the intensity. Here, I will glow a large area, but just subtly. I will increase the size and decrease the opacity. You can also adjust the layer's opacity if the glow is too intense for you. Now the last step, adding intensity to the fire. For the last step, go to the base color layer. Go to the filter tool. Go to blur. And go to moving blur. Adjusting the direction adds a dynamic element, determining the path of the blur. Adjusting the strength adds intensity to the blur, influencing how much the fire is affected. You can copy these settings if you draw fire like this. These final refinements will elevate the overall quality of your drawing. Lastly, go to the Mini Flame layer. And also do the moving blur effect. Just repeat the same step I did earlier. The strength and direction of a moving blur serve to control the intensity and orientation of the blurring effects applied to the drawing. And it's done. That's how you draw stylized fire. Give this tutorial a like if it was helpful.